Hello. What does branding yourself mean? What do you think about that? When you talk about branding yourself, what comes to mind? And I have four critical points for you to consider. So, branding is a really big thing, and it's really something that I have learned and deem as something that's important. It has to do with your business and what you want people to see when they think about your business, when they see anything associated with your business. You want them to have a certain thought in mind, and you want that thought to be a good thought, right? You want it to be something that people, when they hear about your brand, whatever the name is that you choose, and whatever, I want to say it's I'm thinking catchphrase, but whatever your logo is, those types of things, you want them to elicit good responses or good thoughts or compliments or things that just are you, but they actually speak to people. Your brand speaks to people. Before I get deep into this, let me go on and stop right now before I forget and introduce myself. I am Cherie Woodard. And for those of you that I have not met before, those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. Very little, because I want to keep my eye on the time. I'm still trying to make sure that I don't go over. And, I don't want to waste your time. I'd like to make sure that I make perfect use of your time that you have allowed yourself to spend with me. So I help business builders and network marketers to be able to bring a business online and to be able to work from anywhere, home, vacation, trips, wherever, so that you can be able to use the power of the internet, the power of social media, to get your message out there and to be able to not do things that didn't make you feel comfortable, that made you feel bad or whatever, from building using old school methods. So I teach modern, updated methods like video marketing, attraction marketing, lead generation, and those types of things. So that is what I do. So let me go on and get back into our topic today about branding. I have met a lot of people who think that branding has to do with branding the company that they're with. And that's what they want to, put out there as their brand. But as I learned when I came into this company that I'm in, which is an educational mentorship company, I learned that it was important to brand me. And I've seen and heard of uh, companies that, people didn't even realize their company was gone. They heard it on the news or they heard it in the wind. Somebody mentioned it or something like that. And they, had all their stuff in there. They had all of their things that they thought that they owned. Like when you are in a company and you're branding that company, you don't own anything. You don't own that company. You don't own your people that are on your team. You don't own anything except for like if you if you're like me, I bought into a lot of stuff, so I own that, and I have to pay the bills for that. But I didn't own anything that was a part of the company that I joined and thought that that was, what it was going to be about. I just I don't know. I didn't really know much, and I didn't really I just followed a friend who continued to ask me to join. All you have to do is get two people, the stick, and it's just, and for those of you who don't know, that's what it is come on, join me, come do this because this is easy. Come and do this because this is simple. Come and do this because all you have to do is get two people. It's a no-brainer, but it definitely was not a no-brainer, and it definitely was not easy. It was not simple. It was complicated and frustrating and upsetting for me. So for me, when I started learning about, excuse me, my nose always itches, especially when I'm online and I'm doing a live. But I just didn't have any idea of what I had gotten myself into. But I still stuck it out. I've done it off and on for about 20 years, but I stuck out the latest years, the later years, I could say maybe the last 5 or 6, something like that. And I learned a lot though. And I learned how it wasn't easy. I learned what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do. And I learned what made me feel bad or less than genuine or just frustrated, upset, depressed, whatever. I learned all of that stuff. And so when I came into this company and they, were teaching me and helping me to learn and grow in the business, our industry, then I started to really see things the way that, I probably wish I had seen in the beginning. So when you brand yourself, you Inc. is what a term that someone in the company has used before, and I've seen it elsewhere as well. You Inc. is you. You're branding yourself. You're branding yourself for the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you want to try to, decide, make some decisions on certain points, certain critical points that you need to consider. So when you are building your brand, I'm looking at my notes to make sure because I'm starting to go off. I'm looking at the time and it's scooting by and I'm still yakking. So let me just get to it. So you are your brand, you, the person, who you are, what you stand for. That's my number. That's number 3. It's kind of hard to stay in line, but basically, you Inc. Building your brand is you. It's what are. It's who you are. It's the type of person that you are. What do you stand for? Is one of the things. And who is it that you want to help? It's important to know that, especially starting out, because talking to everybody was one thing that I found out meant that talking to everybody and anybody meant that I was really talking to nobody because no one wanted to hear what I had to say. So when you are building your brand, you want to know who it is that you want to help, who it is that you want to talk to, who it is that you want to solve pain points for, who it is that you want to put those solutions out there for, who it is that you want to give, information. I mean, and the information that I give when I do my teaching online, and my posts mostly are information that I give for nothing. I just give it for value, not to have my hand out, not to have a hidden agenda where I want you to, I say one thing and then I switch off and then I jump on you with something else, pushing or pitching to you. And that's not how it should be. So when you brand yourself and you think about, first of all, like I said, you as a person, you've got to decide who it is that you want to help so that you know who it is that you're talking to, so that the things that you talk about are going to help those people, that person, and what you stand for, as well as you want to think about what you don't stand for. And that's number four. What won't you stand for? And so those are things that you really want to think about. Um, when I'm talking about me, for instance, as my business and what I want to stand for, I want to stand for honesty, integrity. I want everyone to know that I deal with that. My word is my bond. I may not be able to show up for everything. I plan on showing up, but there are always things that get in the way. There's life happens. And you just need to shift things when that happens, or pivot and, you know, do the most critical things that you need to do. And the things that aren't as critical, you move them down the line, you know, down your list, or you move them off to the next day or another day. It just depends on what you have as far as what's really important, what you really want to get out there. Really think about what you want to be known for. What I want to be known for is basically the things that I said to you in the beginning. I want to be known for, I want to be that person that helps business builders and entrepreneurs, coaching them, helping them to learn how to come online, the certain etiquette that is involved in coming online, the I'm sorry, losing my words. The shoot, the rules that are on the platform that you're on. It's important to know those. There are still people that are doing a lot of um, having like doing their business on their personal profile, and that's something that the platform that I'm on really doesn't want, and they're starting to shut people down. I have a fan page slash business page, which means it's basically the same thing, as far as that's the page that I do most of my business stuff on. But I also put some of me in there as well, because I want my followers to know, you know, what I'm about, who I am, be able to see me, know that I'm a real person. And that's why I love doing lives, because I don't look like a bot, you know. And although, you know, I did, I don't have time for the funny story, but I have known of someone who was mistaken for a bot, and the person didn't really know they weren't a bot until they actually went on a Zoom call with them, and that person has like just shot off, you know. And this is not a get rich thing. It's not like an overnight success thing, though those things can happen. But think about branding yourself. Think about branding you, not your company. Think about what it is that you stand for. Think about who it is that you really want to help. For me, it was simple. I wanted to help the people that went through or are going through the things that I went through when I first started out. And because I want to, if I can alleviate and help that pain, the struggle, if I can alleviate that, if I can stop that for them and help them to be able to find solutions to those things that are driving them, you know, crazy and making them frustrated and upset, then I feel like I've done what I want, what I need to do, what I want to do, because I really want to help those people. So I do you understand what I'm saying? Is there any question about when I say brand yourself and why? Remember, your company may not be there, or you may have a difference of, you know, your view, your alignment in what it is that you want to achieve, and your company is maybe telling you something else. And there are stories about that as well, where, you know, there are people that I know that, you know, they just they're thought they were aligned, but the person finally, after a while, was told if she didn't do something this particular way, that, she was not going to be able to stay there. And she chose to go the right way, which was to not do what they were telling her to do, and she stepped out on her own. There are a lot of stories like that. So basically, that is all that I have today. If you have questions, comments, or if you want to talk anymore, go deeper on branding, I just wanted to give you kind of like a little surface level of what branding is and what to think about when you're thinking about branding yourself, and so that you could move forward and, in your business. And branding is really important. It's really one of those things that you really want to have a good think about. So I'm not seeing any questions or comments or opinions in the chat. Please remember, whether you're here with me live or you're catching us on the replay, that you can definitely drop your comments, your questions, your opinions, and I will answer them. That's about all I can think of right now. So I'm going to go on and do some housekeeping things real quick. Remember that I go live Monday through Friday, usually at 12, but I've got a workshop this week, so I'm going to be going a little bit earlier than I would normally go, because my training is Wednesday and Thursday. I'm getting it all mixed up, sorry. But anyway, so my training, yeah, let me look at my calendar right quick. Yeah, it's on Wednesday and Thursday. So I will be doing my live earlier because I guess I could do it later. It just depends on how things flow, because I have, still have that 19-year-old, my love of my life, one of my heartbeats that's just drops beat. You're like, oh mom, can you get me here? I need to be here by such and such a time. Anyway, let me get out of that. So that is about it. So I do go live Monday through Friday normally, so just keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Remember that we're still walking through the stuff we're walking through, so follow the CDC guidelines as best you can to keep you, your family, your friends, and others safe. Remember, there are people out there that are isolated, so a phone call, text message, email, or even trying to get them on a Zoom might really brighten their day. And for those of you who pray, please continue to lift us and our world as we're all in this together, dealing with this stuff, and we will make it to the other side. But lifting us in prayer is one thing that I do that I think helps, and it gives me strength to keep going day by day. And we will make it through this. We will get through to the other side. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless you. God keep you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow, and it will be earlier, and another topic. So we'll keep it moving. Talk soon. Bye now.